I did a post recently on Facebook where I said that being nice is the equal of enabling, but being kind is being clear. And someone asked me, could you like shoot a video? Like, what do you mean? So let me explain the difference between nice and kind. Nice is, oh, well, you're doing your best. Let's see how this goes. Try again. If you are managing a team and someone comes to you and they're like, oh, I'm really not producing, I'm not really doing anything. You're just like, okay, do better, right? Because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You're worried about how they're going to feel about you. You're worried about that they're not going to be your friend, right? So a lot of people who are nice are actually just afraid. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of someone talking about them negatively behind their backs. They have created this massive, horrible story about what happens when people, leave a meeting when they're together and wander off and they don't want them to be spoken of in any unkind way. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants someone to talk cruelly about us behind our backs. I've been enough of a target of that and continue to be in certain circles. Hey, I'm not everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream. Right? But doesn't matter to me. Back to the topic. Nice people also tend to be the sickest. They tend to be the most stressed because all they're doing is worrying incessantly about being liked. And that gets you in a whole pile of trouble because you don't actually make the right decisions. You make decisions based on how you think people are going to react or not react to something. And those are often not the right decision to be making. Kindness, by comparison, is about clarity. Kindness is telling people your boundaries over and over again if you need to, because sometimes people need to be reminded, right? But you stick to them. But you were kind about it. You're not being a dick, right? You don't have to be a bitch or whatever nasty name you want to get and throw in there. But you're just like, no, this is what I want. This is what's important to me, and I hope that's important to you. And if it's not important to them, the other piece of clarity is please go away. I do not need you here if you are not going to adhere to the things that are important to me. I would like to adhere to things that are important to you. So can you be clearer on what it is you want or don't want? And with that kind of an exchange, there's really not a lot that can go wrong in a relationship, whether it's a spousal relationship, significant other, child relationship, friend relationship, client relationship, or whatever. Kindness as a team leader is being very specific. This is what I need you to live up to. Don't tell someone to do their best because they'll do their best according to their best. And they may or may not be trying to figure out what you mean by your best. And so everyone just gets confused. And usually it doesn't work. So what does best look like? Okay, best is this, 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 this. And then people are like, oh my God, thank you so much. Children, when they grow up, they don't want you to be their friend. They would like you to be as nice to them as possible. But what they're actually really needing from you as parents more than anything are boundaries. What are the boundaries? They're going to knock against those boundaries, particularly in their mid-teens and early 20s. That's when they like to kind of just, are you real about these boundaries? Mom, dad, stepmom, stepdad, grandma, grandpa, whatever. And they're going to try to do that. Your job is to re-communicate the boundaries. No, okay, you blew curfew. Punishment for these things generally doesn't work. It'll make the kid angry with you, and that does nothing for anybody. You reiterate, this is the boundary. Do you understand the boundary? Do you accept the boundary? Is there something about this boundary that irks you or seems unfair? And can we come to an agreement on what is fair? That is clarity. Clarity is no one having to guess. Clarity is not playing games. Clarity is not trying to get you to read my mind and guess what I want for my fucking birthday. If I want something for my birthday, I will give you a list. These are the things I really love. Ta-da! Great. And if you want to get something on top of that, super. But you'll always know based on my list. I'm pretending my hand is some weird list. I don't know why the back of my hand is a list. Anyway, this is my list of things that I really want. So if you're really confused and you're not too sure what I want, here, right? Mother's Day, super clear with my boys on what I want. I want a card with more than just to mom, love, Aiden, and or Zach, depending on which kid is signing it. And I want you to write something meaningful, preferably not in pencil, because if you write it in pencil, y'all are like rooting around in your drawer to find some stupid thing that works. Actually get a pen. Actually write something that's meaningful. That is kind. I don't want to sit there and hope that everybody gets it. Okay, they can't read my mind. So the way you go. Extrapolate that into all of your relationships, right? Friendship. What does it mean to be a good friend? What do I want from my friends? As an autistic woman, I have no idea how to hang up the phone. So I talked with my friend Leslie and I'm like, Les, I love you, but I don't know how to end the conversation. It gets weird and awkward for me at the end. And I really want to go because my brain doesn't want to talk anymore. And I don't know how to say it without offending you. And she's like, well, I'm glad you said that. And between us, we decided that all I have to say is I have to go to the bathroom. Woof. Great. And now I'm like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. She's like, peace, see you tomorrow. And no one is offended. Clarity. It's a beautiful thing. Nice is seeing someone's potential and holding them on for too long in your team. It is letting people roll over your boundaries over and over again because, well, you can make a concession this time. No, you fucking can't. Don't make concessions. Do not make concessions because all that creates is confusion. Because now they're like, oh, well, she said this was her boundary, or she didn't like that, or she liked that, but now I did something and it was counter to what she said before, but maybe she doesn't mean it, and everybody goes around running over everybody's toes. Nobody feels good, right? So kindness is clarity. And if you don't know something, ask. If you want something, tell people what you want. Do not expect someone to read your mind. It really doesn't end well, particularly in romantic relationships or with children. But I've also found it extremely valuable in business too. So look at the way that you talk to people. Are you seeing their potential, but not holding them accountable? Accountability is clarity. But what are you holding them accountable for? Make sure people know. Make sure people understand consequences, right? So I just got off the phone with one of my clients, real estate broker, struggling with people, agents doing the work. So she's like, I really want to do coaching. And I'm like, great. Don't just like talk to people and tell them what you want them to do because they're going to be there getting coached, wander off and still do nothing. They're too scared of whatever it is you want them to do. So coaching is sitting there across from them going, okay, I want you to make this call. Go. And I'm going to listen. And then we're going to go over some notes and I'm going to give you my observations. And then you're going to try it again, whether today or another day. This is an opportunity for clarity because everyone knows what's the expectation. If I'm going to come and say, I need help with my production, well, then my broker sure as fuck is going to help me with my production live and on the call. You're not just going to hope they'll figure it out when they wander away because they don't. So think about that. How many times in your day are you trying to be nice? Are you trying to make people feel better? Are you trying to make other people feel comfortable by not holding true to your standards and your boundaries and your limitations and what you want to hold people accountable for? And also, if you want to move to clarity from being nice, you want to move to kind, are you clear on what you're holding people accountable for? If not, clarify. Have you communicated to others on your various different boundaries, time boundaries, energy boundaries, physical boundaries, all that kind of stuff? If not, start talking. There's an awesome chart in my new book, The Dragon and the Goat, the red one back there, on this whole idea of boundaries. You can get it on Amazon. So it's called The Dragon and the Goat. Go pick that one up if you'd like an idea of what this looks like. So don't be nice, but be kind. Don't be a dick. Don't need to be a dick, right? But you can definitely be kind, and you'll find that everything in your world lacks confusion and instead is replaced with a nice dose of calm.